It was a sunny afternoon in Oba village when Gloria arrived with a small Gonomosgo bag and a heart full of hope. She was barely 18, dark-skinned, quiet, and fresh from the village. Her cousin had arranged for her to work as a house girl in the city for a couple called Ken and Patricia. From the first day, Patricia made it clear that she wasn't running a charity home. "Glory, this is not your village, oh," she warned. "You wake up early, clean this house, and respect me and my husband." Glory nodded quickly. "Yes, ma." Patricia was a tall, light-skinned woman who always wore wigs that looked like they cost more than a whole farm. She works as a fashion designer and popularly known. Her husband, Ken, was a 38-year-old businessman. Calm, soft-spoken, and the kind that smiled too much. At first, Glory thought he was just being friendly. But soon, those smiles started lasting longer than normal. One night, as Patricia traveled to Abuja for a women's conference, Ken knocked on Glory's door. She was shocked. "Sir." "Don't be afraid," Ken said, smiling. "I just wanted to make sure you're okay." "I'm fine, sir," she replied, backing away. He looked around, lowered his voice. "I know you're a good girl. But in this house, you deserve to be treated better." That night, nothing happened. But the seed was planted. 3 weeks later, Patricia got pregnant. But she had a miscarriage. That was her third in 2 years. Ken started sleeping in the guest room. The distance between them grew like a cracked wall. And in that crack, Glory fit in. One rainy evening, the light went out. Patricia was on another trip. Glory lit a candle in the parlor. Ken entered, drenched and frustrated from the traffic. As she handed him a towel, their fingers touched. That night, something happened and they both acted like they forgot the next morning. But they didn't forget. It became a pattern. Plus, whenever Patricia traveled, Ken found his way to the maid's room. Glory was scared, but also confused. She had never been treated like someone special before. She started wearing lip gloss. Her skirts got tighter. Ken started coming home early. He bought her a smartphone. A pink one. "So you can call me if you need anything," he said. Soon, Ken started giving her money. Small envelopes. 5,000 today. 10,000 tomorrow. She began sending money home. Her mother, shocked, asked, "Where are you getting all this money from?" Glory lied. "My madam is generous." Months passed. Patricia noticed that Glory was glowing. Literally. Her cheeks became fuller, and her hips were no longer slim. Her cravings were strange. "Are you okay?" Patricia asked. "I'm fine, Ma," Glory lied. Until the day she fainted in the kitchen. At the hospital, the nurse came out with her test results. "Madam, the girl is 4 months pregnant." Patricia's ears rang. "What did you say?" "She's pregnant." Patricia turned to Glory, who couldn't meet her eyes. But it was the nurse's next question that shattered everything. "Is the husband the next of kin on her file?" "What?" Patricia screamed. That night, thunder struck Oba village. But the real storm was in Ken's house. "You got my maid pregnant." Patricia screamed. Ken said nothing. She turned to Glory. "So this was your plan? You came to my house to scatter it." Tears rolled down Glory's cheeks. "I didn't plan it, I swear. I even tried to stop." "You tried." Patricia threw the nearest cup. "You will pack your things and leave this house tonight." But Ken said, "She's not going anywhere." "What?" "She's carrying my child. I won't let you chase her out." Patricia's mouth fell open. In just 5 minutes, her marriage was no longer hers. Glory moved from the maid's room into the guest room. Patricia cried every night. Her friends mocked her behind her back. One even whispered, "That's why you don't leave your husband with small girls." Patricia tried everything. She begged her pastor to pray. She cooked Ken's favorite meals. But he didn't even look at her. She started losing weight. Sleep disappeared. She began visiting fertility clinics secretly, trying to find hope. And then one afternoon, a black car drove into the compound. A woman stepped out, tall, dark, with tired eyes and a fierce walk. She was Ken's mother. She stormed into the house. "Where's the girl?" "Mommy, calm down," Ken started. "Calm what? You left your wife and got your house girl pregnant. You brought disgrace to this family." When Glory came out, the old woman looked at her, up and down. "Is it just you used? Because I don't understand how my son lost his senses." Glory went on her knees. "Mama, I didn't use anything. It just happened. You better remove that thing from your stomach and leave this house." But Ken stood between them. "If she goes, I go." Patricia, watching from the corner, fainted. Everything changed after that day. Ken's mother left angrily. Patricia stopped speaking to anyone. And Glory's belly kept growing. She had cravings. Beans with too much pepper. Iced mangoes. She cried at night. She laughed in the mornings. But the real twist came one Sunday morning. The doorbell rang. A young man in a suit stood at the door. "I'm looking for Glory," he said. "I'm Glory," she said, waddling to the door. He smiled. "Your father is dead. He left this for you." He handed her an envelope. Inside was a photo of her mother and a baby. Behind the photo were the words, "If anything happens to me, tell Glory that her real father's name is." "Can I be?" Glory's heart stopped. She ran into the house, clutching the letter, shaking. "Ken. Ken, who is your father?" "Chief Ibe from Enugu," he said, confused. Her legs failed. She was carrying her half-brother's baby. The whole house exploded. Ken sat down like thunder had hit his head. Patricia burst into tears, laughing and crying at the same time. "I said it. I said this girl came to destroy us." Glory locked herself in the room for 2 days. Ken didn't eat. He couldn't. He kept looking at the photo, his father's handwriting, the truth he never knew. When the news reached the village, it scattered faster than dry leaves in harmattan. People came to the house, asking questions. Patricia gave interviews. Ken resigned from his office job. He started drinking. Glory, heartbroken, considered ending everything. But she had a child growing inside her. And that child didn't ask to be born into confusion. The baby came in the 7th month, a baby girl, small, crying, but alive. Ken didn't show up at the hospital. Patricia did. She carried the baby in her arms, looked at Glory and said, "This child is not at fault. I'll help you raise her." Glory broke into tears. "I'm sorry, Ma." Patricia smiled sadly. "I was once like you. Alone. Confused. But you must forgive yourself. Start again." 3 years later, Glory got a scholarship from a women's NGO. She went back to school. Patricia and Glory raised the child together like sisters. Ken moved back to the village to start a farm. He never remarried. He wrote letters to his daughter, though they were never sent. Some say karma is wicked. Others say it teaches. But the people of Oba still whisper about the girl who came as a housemaid and got pregnant for her madam's husband. Thanks for watching.